Coach, if you'll start us off with a comment, then we will take questions.
I was really proud of our kids tonight for, following the game plan and knowing what happened down there when we played them in Fort Myers and how good this team was to come in and really put ourselves in a position to win the basketball game. But there was just a stretch in the second half where we broke down. We really did defensively, and it really, really cost us. And it wasn't them, it was us simply adhering to fundamentals. That was the stretch that cost us the game.
Dave, how much down the stretch, or maybe in the last 9-10 minutes, did their length, you think, bother you on the other end of the floor? Because you got in a rhythm there making threes, and then you missed a bunch of threes, and then guys stopped attacking at times. How much was that maybe a factor?
It is all night, and it just happened that for whatever reason, maybe we were a little tired. We weren't cutting. We had guys starting to stand, and that, if you're not spaced, you just allow them to use their length even more effectively, and you tie up the basket and you do things like that. And fatigue factor got us. It really did. It really, really did. We didn't go deep in the second half. It's probably my fault, but with a possession game, I thought it was best to go short bench, and those guys we were going to rely on the upperclassmen, and so.
Obviously, Brown didn't get you, and Thompson did. I mean, is that just a team that's got a lot more weapons than a lot of people you face in this league? It's 2, 3, 4 different guys that can get you.
Well, you look in, anybody they put in the game is capable of scoring double figures. Anybody they put in the game is capable of doing that. The kid that, we really couldn't afford to let happen, and he had his whole West Virginia fan base here tonight, Phil. I mean, that was his homecoming, and it really was. And he had a great game. I think when they were up 2, the ball banks off the backboard. And when he was on the baseline, shot the mid-range jumper from the baseline, short corner, it actually banked off the side of the backboard and went in for him, and that's the kind of night he had.
Even when you're on the floor, I mean, like, you guys did struggle for a long time tonight shooting threes, and then I think it was 4 straight possessions. I think you made threes, and then down the stretch you didn't. How much does it feel as a player that, okay, now we're getting on a roll, you got a couple looks yourself? How much does it feel like any of us could start shooting, and unfortunately did go in down the stretch?
Well, we went on a stretch where we was making shots because we was cutting and we was moving hard, and we got great looks. And for the most part, I thought we got really good looks all night. And then the fact that you start making shots and then go down the other end and you give up offensive rebounds after you have great stops. I mean, they shot 44% from the field, but I would say that they shot under 40 on the first shot attempt. It seemed like every time that we gave up an offensive rebound, they made a big basket.
I mean, this is not a moral thing, Dave, but I mean, you've played a lot of people close in this league, a lot of good teams. Does it continue to tell? I mean, you won games too, but does it tell you how close you are? I mean, this is the best team in the league, arguably.
Well, if this whole team is coming back next year, then we're close and had a few pieces. But then we got to, we lose a lot of good kids, upperclassmen that have been in. The thing that these kids have been, Ethan and Stretch and Bear and Chad, what they've been through is the environments at Bellarmine, Kentucky, Wesleyan, Southern Indiana, Quincy, those are hostile environments in college basketball. They've played in conference championships, they've played in the NCAA tournament, so they're not going to be fazed by anything. So to say we're close, well, I agree with you. I agree with you on that point, but the kids that are sitting underneath them haven't been through those environments yet and battle tested that way. But again, these guys aren't interested in moral victories. Once they figured out we can win, they understand that they're trying to win every game. So with that, am I proud of them? Absolutely today, because like I said, this team beat Miami, and they're number 1 in the ACC, and they're pretty daggone good ball club. So.
Ethan, you're a junkie. Did you watch Miami last night, and did it make you know this is a team that beat them and looking forward to something like this?
I watched bits and pieces of the game, flipping back and forth between Duke and North Carolina, but they're a really good basketball team, and we had to come in and we had to play really well. We had to play like we did against Mercer to beat them tonight, and for probably 35 minutes we did that, and we went on a little laugh where we gave up offensive rebounds and it cost us the game.
Anybody else? Thank you, gentlemen.